Welcome back from that short break, and we're continuing our discussion. Doctor, I cut you short as we went away. Viewers, were discussing what SMEs, what awaits you as an SME in the new financial year, and we are especially focused on the challenges. So, Doctor, we went away as you were saying something. Please continue.
So, the other issue apart from plastics, and one of the most emerging industries is the confection industry.
Confectionery?
Yes.
Biscuits,
You're talking
bread.
about biscuits, cakes, bread. What do they use?
Kavera? Plastic?
Leave alone plastic. They use cooking oil,
Yes.
edible oil. They use sugar. Sugar is a very big component. Again, leave alone the big industries which use industrial sugar, like in the beverages sector. The biggest majority of those cottage industries, one of the fastest actually growing industry is the confectionery industry. Now, what has increased in tax? Cooking oil by actually 100% from 200 shillings to 400 shillings per litre to generate only 25 billion shillings in revenue. But this whole industry, the employment, their reliance on cooking oil and sugar. Sugar has also been increased by 100% from 100 to 100 shillings per kilogram, again to generate 25 billion shillings. So SMEs in that subsector of the confectionery are going to be hard hit.
Actually, people thought that it was about households, but you are bringing in the business dimension.
Sugar is not about household. Household is luxury. Most people no longer take sugar in their homes. This is a business input. The biggest consumer of sugar from Chinyara, from all these industries, are not households.
No.
The biggest consumer are the cakes you eat here at Serena and other hotels, those biscuits, the cakes you eat at parties, and the sugar you take in these other beverages and juices and the rest. So, if you're looking at accelerated growth, tenfold, $500 billion in 14 years and 6 months, 21 billion richer than South Africa's economy. You don't get to have a very unpredictable excise regime. And one of the things we've been telling government is, if you're to increase excise on these products, at least let it be predictable. You can stagger increase in 5 years. Within a period of 5 years, you've monitored business growth trends. You can also investment sentiments increase, because I know I'm going to invest in the next 2-3 years. I will break even. Then in the next 2 more years, I will have made some money. Then government sees how business is growing. Then you can make a slight increase. Now, basic economics tell us that the bigger the businesses grow, the more revenue they contribute to government. That's why, because almost every Ugandan has an M10 SIM card, M10 is the biggest taxpayer. It's not by design that because it's a telecom, there are other telecoms who have here.
It's about consumers.
It's about consumers. So business penetration, business growth tantamounts to amount of revenue.
So clearly you were not hard on that issue, and then the costs are going to go up. Before we move on now, I see that I had not actually, thank you very much for that point on sugar and cooking oil. People were saying, oh, the poor, but actually the businesses.
It's business.
That means the cost of doing business is going to go up even because of those decisions. Because of our time, we need to touch a little bit on the solutions. So, cost of doing business, as you've broken it down, is going to go up inevitably come July 1st, wherever you are. What do I do now, an SME? How do I navigate?
So, if you're an SME, number one, of course, be aware of what is happening. Number two, look into the budget, because this budget is for you as an SME. see how strategically can I diversify. That's one.
Diversification.
Yes, but if you can't diversify, because remember, some businesses can be very risky, try to manage your operational costs to avoid getting into
Distress.
bad investment or making bad investment decisions. But the most important is invest in the strategic sectors that that government is looking at, is investing more money in, because what that means is that government is going to spend on those sectors.
But how do I get the money, doctor? Okay, let's say tourism. I'm not going to be a big player in tourism. I'm an SME. I'm not directly playing there. How does the money reach me?
So, for instance, if you're tourism, you have an open check. If you invest, of course, this is for average medium companies. One of the interesting tax measures is that you don't pay income tax. If you invest $5 million in a tourism facility, you're investing in lodges, tourism lodges.
Doctor, that's not an SME. Let's come down to my SME.
So
for tourism,
an
how do I get the
SME,
money?
you can be supplying food, you
Yes.
can be
Good
in
point.
the night economy,
Yeah.
you can be, so that fits into PDM and this money getting invested into production. There are some government programs which offer subsidies, especially like for irrigation. So even at a small scale, farmer can tap into that. So you can be in surprise, whether you're in seed multiplication or you're supplying some raw material, because frankly speaking, most of our businesses are SMEs, and what that means is even those who deal with big volumes source from those SMEs.
Creative sector.
Creative sector, of course, Uganda is exceptional when it comes to the night economy. That's where they make money. We are glad in this ending financial year, the copyright law was passed. Money is going into circles. Now, the creative sector, they have to be bankable. That has been the biggest challenge.
Okay.
If I'm a musician and have my song, can that song be my collateral and I am able to access money through a creative sector circle?
Good question. I'll bring you back on that topic.
Where the Ministry of Gender, the government through Ministry of Gender is putting money for creatives to professionalize them, to make sure that they are formalized, but also promote them to be able to earn from their talent. But for you to get that money, you have, one, you're protected by the copyright law. So you have to be bankable. So this kind of Juakali operations
Approach.
has to change, but also formalize. How do you formalize?
Register.
Don't meet Julius on the street and negotiate to sing at my show. I pick out of my pocket, I pay you, you come in the evening, do 2 songs, come with a bunch of bouncers, they take all your money probably, or you spend it along the way back home, and you can't show a record that from this song, in the period of 6 months, I've made this much. And of course, that cuts across comedians, film actors, if you're in makeup artists, if you're in crafts. And it's that creative sector industry actually that adds even much more value to the tourism sector. That's why now government is also deliberate in investing into that sector. But if it keeps Juakali, then that investment is going to be flushed down the drain.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Julius Biaruhanga. I know you were continuing, and I wanted you to continue, but I've been signaled that my time is running out. Dr. Julius Biaruhanga is the head of police advocacy at Private Sector Foundation. That's why he says those things he says. He talks to government. Sometimes government listens, sometimes they don't. We have been warned that cost of doing business, bottom line, come July 1st, is going to go up wherever you are. So brace yourself. That was the link. Thank you for joining us tonight.